You shouldn't do you know what? Don't follow your dreams. Your dreams are terrible. Your dreams are nightmares.
Sorry, my brain is just like not functioning right now.
Dude, I had to take an emergency nap.
I know, I heard.
And then I had an alarm set to get up and, like, come talk to you guys, but my family called before it went off, which really, I love them so much, and they meant well, but, like, one, it gave me a heart attack because it was, like, awake out of a dead sleep, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just kind of, like, panicked, and they're like, open your presents! And I was like, what? This is too much pressure right now. Everyone stop looking at me. I just woke up and you're too loud. Everyone stop speaking all at once. Because it was my grandma, Emma, and then my mom, dad, and Kim on another screen. And it was, like, so overwhelming.
Did they not tell you this is going to happen?
No, they're fucking annoying. No, they're not. I love them so much. It was just a lot at once.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Do you want to do the intro now?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do a thing here, don't we?
Yeah,
Hello. This is the Triad, where we're spooky but sensitive. I'm Hannah.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Shelby.
Okay, do we have any announcements real quick?
This is our Christmas
Doesn't have to
episode.
be quick, but yay!
Yay!
Christmas adjacent episode.
Yeah. Any actual announcements from anybody?
I almost took my coworker to the ER today.
Great.
I almost took my boyfriend to the ER today.
Yeah, so
I had no brush with the ER today. Which, considering how sick I've been, is pretty impressive,
I think.
But...
Like, I'm glad I haven't had to take you to the ER in the last 2 weeks.
That used to be a fun thing Shannon and I would do the day before Lanya's classes.
Yep.
We're always like, I know this sounds like a lie now that it's the third time it's happened, but we really did go to the ER last night.
But Hannah really did have to take me to the ER last night. That happened twice, I think. 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still sick. I'm not as sick. And then my sister, who is the one who got me sick, is also still sick. We both got diagnosed with bronchitis, which I kind of already knew that was what it was. The problem is it's viral bronchitis, so you can't really do anything about it other than just keep taking Dayquil and Sudafed and waiting for it to go
until
away.
It becomes a bacterial infection, and then you can get that good antibiotic.
Which is, well, that's the thing. Allie already was on an antibiotic, and obviously that didn't do anything. But, so we both ended up going to urgent care last Thursday. At the same exact time. We didn't plan on that necessarily, but then we both got diagnosed with bronchitis. She went again on Monday this week because she started feeling nauseous and she was still just feeling horrible. And they did some test that tests for like 30 different viruses and bacteria. She apparently has the flu, but like we both tested negative for the flu. So I don't know how flu tests work. I don't know if it only tests for, like, the big strain.
Yeah, they probably only tested for flu A, so
Yeah.
she probably has flu B.
Yeah.
That's what my dad always says. If we don't feel good, he's like, you have flu B.
Yeah. Well, then that's apparently what I also had because we're both sick. And the flu can cause bronchitis, so that makes sense. But Allison has never had bronchitis, so she's not handling it well. And this is, like, my 6th time that I've had it, so I'm just used to it. But... she keeps saying, like, I can't walk anywhere without getting winded. And I'm like, that's my entire life.
I'm going to say, that's your everyday.
So yeah, you guys could watch Shannon, like, walk across a college campus, because it's really funny, because she walks really fast.
I was going to say.
But, like,
so
also
funny.
there's an inhaler involved, and it's like, holy shit. She's, like,
if
powered by spite.
Bob's
It's crazy.
Burgers, Shannon is regular-sized Rudy.
I really am. Mixed with a healthy dose of Edith. So.
Edith. Yep.
Wait,
Crabby craft store owner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the craft store lady and regular-sized Rudy. That is Shannon. As a human.
It really is.
Oh my goodness. But it's so funny whenever Allie goes anywhere with me and Shannon, because Shannon and I are both really, well, not really short, but we're short, okay?
You're really short. It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's brave of you to admit it.
But we both walk really fast because we're used
to can't go anywhere.
Because my legs short.
We're so used to being around tall people, so that, like, we just naturally walk, like, our steps are, like, small, but very quick, so that we can keep up with tall people. And then...
No,
like,
mine's just anxiety. I have to get places quickly, or my brain explodes.
Well,
that's all it is.
There's also that. I legitimately do not know how to walk slowly. However,
it's a problem.
But, like, Allie walks so freaking slow. And anytime she's with us, she's like, why are you guys walking so fast? And we're like, your legs are like half or like twice the length of ours. So like...
But there's like a lot more involved to move said long legs from point A to point B. It's not like your little spider steps that you're taking down there low to the ground. It's like giraffe steps. It's huge. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of time.
Yes, but in theory, you should be moving more. Like,
right.
You should be moving further than we are moving with each step. And that's not what happens.
But like one time Allie like walked with like the steps that Shannon and I walk with, and she just like zoomed. She was like, is this how you guys get everywhere so fast?
We're like, yeah, bud. Like,
I'm not a sloth, Allison.
Yeah, poor Allie. Oh man. But yeah. Yeah, I'm still sick technically. I feel a lot better though. I went through an entire pack of Dayquil. In the process of me being sick.
Can confirm. And a bunch of Mucinex and a bunch of Sudafed.
Yeah, much.
Are you making meth?
See, that's the thing. It was getting to a point because they check your ID. I was like, dude, I've already bought 3 packs of Dayquil. They might not let me buy anymore. We almost had to send Shelby in to buy stuff for me at some point, but
I almost had to go get her some more medicine because
it's fine. It was getting a little fishy.
Yep.
My other one, I am finished with classes for the semester. I turned in my quote-unquote assignment today. I don't really count it as an assignment.
It was so stupid.
Insultingly easy, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's what grad school is. You get to like the final project, and sometimes it's like one where you cry for 6 months thinking about it, and then the other times it's like, that was almost too easy. Was this a trick?
It was literally, we had to do an annotated bibliography with 6 sources.
Oh my god. I make my freshman comp students do more than that. They have to have 12 sources.
Shannon has more sources per episode for this podcast. So
so that was part of it, and then we had to do a research journal. Where we had to have, the rule of thumb was 10 entries describing our process. And I literally had to email my professor and be like, hey, I did this in one sitting. What the heck am I supposed to put for my research journal? So I just did like one, like, per source is basically what I did. But it was all the same bullshit. So like, God, it was just ridiculous.
I clicked on Google and I typed in topic name, and then I hit search.
Yeah, that was basically what
Google
it was.
brought up 3 million results in 0.6 seconds.
Yeah, that was basically what this research journal was. And then also, so we were supposed to give like little 2-minute presentations in class about our topics, but I've been sick. And so we had the option, if we didn't want to do it in class, we could record it and send it to him. So I had to do that. So I did that today too. But yeah. It's just, if y'all want an easy master's degree, library science is the way to go. Because, none of my assignments have been even remotely challenging, which is kind of disappointing. But what are you going to do? Anyway, I'm done for the semester. All I have left is work, and it's remote for the next 2 weeks, and I'm only technically working next week. So, yay. That's all I got. Okay. What are we actually talking about this week? I haven't.
Get on the PowerPoint.
Okay.
I'm so proud of it. I'm so freaking proud of it.
I don't know what this is, but I'm so ready.
Sorry, I went into the episodes folder first. There it is.
Never have I ever used the episodes folder.
You have like twice, and so my brain is like, hey, we're going to do the episodes folder.
Yeah,
I've never heard
we're
of
not.
this.
Good! I love it so much. I've been fascinated by this topic forever. It really cracks me up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Egg Nog Riot.
Yes.
Which I subtitled Boys Being Boys.
Boys being boys, 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 boys.
Okay, so my sources are me throwing up on the microphone.
As usual.
Oh my gosh. Part of the emergency nap was pizza induced. So.
Yeah.
Look, Wikipedia.
Sometimes you just need a good emergency nap.
Yeah, I had a week and a day.
Yeah.
We're potty training. I think I told you guys that.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I think I told you that we were starting. It has started. It's terrible. I forgot to start the washing machine at school, so there's going to be pee-pee clothes in it when I get back to school.
Oh, no!
Ooh, that's gonna smell.
And I was walking out, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's gonna sit there all weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring some laundry sanitizer.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
That stuff is miraculous. I love it.
It
I probably
is,
dump
yeah.
about at least a whole cup full. Not like the recommended cap full, like a full measuring cup full every time I do laundry, because it just, bless up, I want to be clean. Okay, anyway, my sources are Wikipedia, the Dollop podcast, which is where I first heard about this a million years ago, the Smithsonian Magazine, the Army's website, and the Food Network.
All right.
The food.
I like the variety of sources that
I know,
we're
those are
getting.
very, like, all over
almost
the
sent you
place.
guys
None
a
of these things
screenshot
go
of
together.
I know,
But, like,
isn't it great?
Are somehow gonna come
I
together
like
and
it.
be related.
I love it.
For a beautiful Christmas, Hallmark Christmas, eggnog Christmas story. Okay. So, you can go to slide 3. Do you guys like eggnog?
I honestly don't think I've ever had the chance to try eggnog that doesn't have any rum in it, because that's how my family is.
Oh,
So
well,
I
Buy
don't
it from
know.
the store. It's so good.
I would, but then I also don't know if I would like it, so I don't want to spend money on it.
Oh, we'll get some eggnog, because
Okay.
I like... Well, I go back and forth with eggnog, but last year it was, like, all that I drank every single day, so, yeah. But
I love
we'll
eggnog.
get some so
It's so
you can
good.
try it.
Okay.
Every
that
once
works.
in a while, I, like, get... Because I'm a weird, like, texture person, and if I, like, think too much about certain foods, I can't eat them, you know? And so every once in a while, I'll like get eggnog and I'm like, this is an egg and cream and gross and yeah, so then I can't drink it, but for the most part I like
Just
it.
don't think about it. Just think about it as being like Christmas milk, because
She
that's
can't
what it
not
is.
think about it. She literally, she also went to the Christmas market in Belleville this weekend, and she got a pastry from that pastry stand. Oh yeah, Hannah, you haven't been there. There's a pastry stand. And she went, and I had the exact same pastry, just with a different flavored filling. And she takes a bite, and she goes, oh. And I was like, what's wrong with it? And she goes, it's bagel textured. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a pastry. And she was like, well, I was expecting it to be croissant textured. I was like, why did you have an expectation for the texture? It's a pastry. She still ate it, but...
Listen, go into
Because
the
what-
pastry with an open mind.
What pastry has a bagel texture?
Lots of pastries. Any sort
I
of
didn't even
Danish
think
has a bagel texture.
No, it's
I mean,
not.
it's not
Danishes are not
boiled.
bagel textured. Not at all.
Some of them are. If it's a thicker Danish, it's not. It doesn't have that boiled outside, but the inside has that squishiness. You know.
Yeah. Well, these
All right,
were
I'm not going to play Great British Bake Off with you. All I asked was if you like
Okay.
eggnog or not.
Moral of the story, she can't turn off the texture thing.
Yeah, I'm a freak.
I
It's
guess that's
fine.
true.
Yeah, cannot turn off the texture thing because
I can't turn off the texture thing or the occasional, like, this has an ingredient that freaks me out thing. So,
Yeah.
I guess that's the same with me in like certain meat products. I just get really weirded out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't eat pork because I'm like, this is smarter than a dog.
Yeah.
I'm a monster.
That's fair.
Yeah, so it's well, the texture thing is an all the time thing, but as far as like thinking about my food,
Oh my god, sorry.
That is it just depends on, how amped up my anxiety is being that day for the most part.
Yeah, I just eat my food.
Nope.
Which is fine.
I think
Either
about my
way.
food too much. It's a problem.
Yeah, I don't. But
Anyway,
Yes. Anyway,
eggnog is
eggnog.
traditionally made
Eggnog.
with eggs. Jeez, we're 15 minutes in and we haven't
I know. I know.
Like a Shelby episode.
So, eggnog is traditionally made with eggs, egg yolk, sugar, milk, heavy cream, vanilla extract, and is often spiked with brandy and topped with freshly grated nutmeg and... Nutmeg? Wow, I just went so Midwest on that. Nutmeg! And or cinnamon
It
sticks.
sounded right to me.
Yeah, I know, which is really sad for you.
Yep.
I didn't even notice you said it weird. Okay, whatever.
I
It was
said
very
it
weird.
and immediately cringed. But you guys should watch. Dylan Hollis has a new video up. He's the one who does the funny cooking videos.
Yeah. No, he made his own eggnog.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I watched
Eggies.
that a couple days ago.
Anyway, okay. So
Yes,
never
I've
mind.
already
That was
seen
my okay. Never mind. So, eggnog used to be a sign of wealth because those who could afford it were rich people who could afford sugar and brandy, which used to be expensive. Wow, that was like a really... I have a nice sentence written here, and that is not what I read. Whatever. George Washington also had his own recipe that consisted, quote, not only of rum, but also a significant amount of sherry, brandy, and whiskey. So...
Oh,
he was a drunk.
So it was alcohol with some egg thrown in.
Yeah, which at that point, doesn't it just like completely curdle? That just grosses me out.
You'd think. I don't know.
That's one thing I don't like. I don't like alcohol with dairy products. Like,
Yeah.
that really grosses me out.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't know. I started doing these shots with someone one time, but it was like you dropped the alcohol in the milk or something, and it just was
Oh,
like...
yeah, no.
They're like, you have to drink it before it curdles, and I was like, I have to leave.
I have to do what before it what?
I have to drink it before I throw up? Okay.
I'm actually quite done. But
Yeah.
thank you. It's been real. Okay, so now let's switch topics entirely. You go to slide 4.
Okay,
Let's talk
cool.
about the military.
Okay.
So, the United States Military Academy at West Point was established in 1802. It is...
Oh my
I got water and I've already drinking. Oh my god.
You sound like Allie.
Drinking.
My sister
It is already gone.
insists that drinking is a word.
I said drinking though.
Okay, it's close enough. She would allow that.
I don't allow it. I'm
Yeah,
very
I don't
upset.
either. It drives me
Because I've
fucking
said
nuts.
nutmeg and drinking as, like, the past tense of drink. Whatever. Okay.
Deep
It
breath.
is the oldest of the 5 American service academies and is a national landmark. So, back in the day, this prestigious military school was run by this guy, Colonel Sylvanus Thayer. And he was known as the father of West Point because he made a bunch of changes, including who could be admitted and attendance and other things that really needed to be regulated. Because before they let, like, 14-year-olds in, and no offense to amputees, but they let amputees in to, like, the military school, which doesn't... How can you hold a
It
gun
seems
if you
a
don't have an
Bit
arm?
counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Also, they now have, like, very strict, not West Point per se, but, like, the military in general has very strict, like, if you are missing, like, appendages or limbs, like, even if you're missing, like, just, like, a finger, they're weird about it, so...
Yeah.
They're weird I wouldn't be able to get in because I have flat fucking feet.
Yep.
Like, they're weird about a lot of shit.
I mean,
fair.
Yeah, and
to
it's
be
all
fair,
because of
like,
Thayer.
it has a reason for it, but yeah.
And it's all because of Thayer. You can thank him. There he is. Look at him.
Thank you, maybe.
So anyway, before Thayer, students just kind of showed up whenever. They'd, like, roll in. Just kind of whenever they wanted, like in the summer, and they're like, hey, I want to go to school here. And they were like, okay, you can go to school here. How old are you? 12? Perfect. Oh, you're missing an arm? That's fine. And they would let them come to this school. So Thayer was like, nope, we're not doing that anymore. You have to at least be 14. And
okay.
wait, no, maybe not 14. Maybe it was 15. You have to be at least 15. And like, there were other requirements too. You had to, like, know how to read, and
you have to
basically
be
you had to go
slightly
there.
older than a child.
Yes, you had to be almost,
infant.
maybe possibly an adult, and also you had to have some kind of academic standing somewhere. Quote, under his stewardship, the Academy became the nation's first college of engineering. While at West Point, Thayer established numerous traditions and policies which are still in use at West Point. These include values of honor, responsibility, strict mental and physical discipline, the demerit system, summer encampment, high academic standards, and the requirement that cadets maintain outstanding military bearing and appearance at all times. One of Thayer's reforms was to establish a standard 4-year curriculum with the cadets organized into 4 classes, starting with the class of 1823. July 1st was the date each year when the graduating class was commissioned and the entering class was sworn in. The graduation date was moved up to June 15th, starting in 1861. Wow, I guess I could have taken that sentence out. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so he basically made the school a school, because before it was kind of like a barn free-for-all. Maybe not, but a little bit.
Yeah. It's kind of like, we got these random kids, I guess we'll teach them something here or there, maybe.
Yeah, because it's on, like, a military base. Like, all around it are different forts. It's surrounded by forts. And in the middle is the academy, and it's on the Hudson River. And yeah, before they were just like, whoever wants to come onto this military base, it's cool. I don't care if you're a French spy. It's whatever. You know, so anyway, so he took care of that. And, but he also had a massive stick up his butt, as you can see in the picture. In 1825, he prohibited the possession of alcohol to all cadets. So that included drinking alcohol, having alcohol, looking at it, everything. Like, you just... not allowed, because they were having issues.
1825.
Well, they were having issues with, like, cadet drunkenness.
Yeah.
But there was also
kind of everyone was always a little drunk back then, you know, because
we were building up to the Civil War, you know.
Well, and, like, water wasn't always safe to drink.
The Hudson River is probably
and
on
we
fire.
didn't have refrigerators yet, so, like,
yeah, which is why
everything was alcoholic back then.
That's why eggnog had an alcoholic base, Shelby. You hit the nail on the head, because
you
can't refrigerate eggnog back then.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Look at me with my science and stuff that I don't know. Anyway.
So kind of ruined it with that sentence. But...
yeah.
All right, we'll end it here. Good night. So there was also sort of this unspoken understanding between some of the professors and the cadets. So if they, like, saw each other in a bar, they would, like, ignore each other. Because cadets would still, like, go out and go to bars and taverns.
Oh, 100%. They still do that constantly.
Yeah. There was one story where there was this tavern up on it was like on a cliffside, and they saw one of their officer teachers coming in, and so a kid jumped out a window and fell 60 feet into a ravine. And
I'm sorry,
like,
but just
yelled
like
down, and they're like,
a bar on a cliffside is a bad idea in general.
Listen, that's how I understood it. Maybe I'm making this up too, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
Probably not.
And they yelled down, and they were like, "Hey, they said something along the lines of, like, shout if you're not already dead." And the kid was so drunk that he was laughing so hard because, you know, You don't feel pain at that point. He was like laughing and crying, and he couldn't say anything, so we just gave him a bloody thumbs up, and he was fine, you know. Because when you're that drunk, I'm pretty sure you're mostly rubber.
I mean, there's actually, like, studies that people who are in car accidents, when they're drunk, they tend to have less injuries.
Because they don't tense up. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't tense up, because they don't have, like, the presence of mind to realize what's going on.
You're just all loosey-goosey, and therefore you're fine.
Yeah.
So anyway. Bars. Quote, by 1826, concern had been raised that the drinking... had been raised. Whatever. That's a terrible sentence. By 1826, concern had been raised that drinking was starting to get out of hand among the 260 cadets at the academy. The cadets were informed that, due to the alcohol prohibition on the site, their Christmas eggnog would be alcohol-free, prompting the decision to smuggle liquor into the academy. So can you see where this is going yet?
I can, yes. Yeah,
okay.
I can. Yeah.
Slide 5.
I've spent enough time around young soldiers in training.
I just know how teenage boys are.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you don't need any military training to see where this is going.
I mean, to be fair, the ones that I grew up around were all teenage boys, so...
Yeah.
I know. My dad was always like, do you want me to find you an airman? And I was like, no, I know.
No.
They're
No. My dad was in security forces. He was always like, you will not speak to them, you will not look at them, you will not be anywhere near them.
Yeah, my dad knew, like, the young, like, nurses' aides and stuff, though. So he's like,
yeah.
At least they went to school. It's like, yeah, I
No,
guess.
my dad was like, we got the rejects, so, don't even think about it.
Anyway, eggnog.
Okay, get ready for the Christmas countdown of your lives. This is so much fun. Alright, so, on December 22nd, 1826, around 9:00 p.m., there was this tavern in town, Martin's Tavern, and 3 cadets, William Burnley from Alabama, Alexander Center from New York, and Samuel Alexander Roberts from, I wrote Alabama, but the B is capitalized and the A is not for some reason. Anyway.
Alabama!
Alabama! Right. So.
I mean, that's what I call the University of Alabama is Bama.
I think that's what most people call it, dude.
Well, I know. But anyway. I hate them. So
anyway,
that's all you have to know about Bama is that I hate them.
That's their slogan. Shelby hates them.
Yes.
Shelby hates us.
What the fuck does Roll Tide mean? Nothing. Anyway, sorry, we're not getting into this.
You didn't even say it right.
Roll Tide?
Yeah, they're like, Roll Tide!
You're right.
You gotta say it like you're a little bit drunk and you maybe lost the tip of your tongue in some
and you maybe are married to your
four-wheeler
cousin?
Accident.
You're a little inbred.
Maybe too little inbred. Maybe it's from a gator. Who knows? All right. Focus.
I can't.
So William Burnley of Alabama, Alexander Center from New York, and Samuel Alexander Roberts from Alabama are trying their hardest to get kicked out of the academy, it seems. It seems. That's just me speculating. So they almost got in a fight with another owner of one of the taverns in town because they wanted to smuggle whiskey into the barracks for their Christmas Eve rager. So they've decided they're like going over everyone, all of their, I almost said grown-ups. That's like what you say to kids. They're officers and Thayer, and they're like, fuck that, we're having a rager. We're gonna take this eggnog and we're gonna spike it. So they get in a fight, or almost get in a fight at another tavern. I think they get a stern talking to by one of the tavern owners who's like, listen, I let you drink here, but if you get me implicated in your bullshit, I will be in so much trouble.
Yeah.
So then a private James Dugan, who was the security guard that evening, let the 3 take a boat across the Hudson River to a different part. I don't know if it's West Point on the other side either. I don't fucking know. But to like go across the river and find whiskey. You know, how you do.
Yeah.
So the cadets planned on only buying a half gallon of whiskey for the alcoholic base in their eggnog. All right. So Burnley Center and Roberts end up getting 2 gallons of whiskey. and smuggling it into room 33 of the North Barracks, which I wrote the North Bar Tax. What the fuck am I doing? Whatever. Another cadet.
I promise Hannah speaks English very well. It is her native language.
Did you hear me reading those quotes earlier? I was doing so good.
You were doing so well. It was so great.
Like, so proud of myself. It's just, this is my writing that's having word vomit issues. Anyway, so another cadet, T.M. Lewis of Kentucky, smuggled another gallon of alcohol, it was rum, from Benny's Tavern into room 5 of the North Barracks. So the North Barracks are getting ready to get lit. There are, I think there's like a north, south, east, and west, because I found a west barrack, so I'm just assuming. Maybe there's just a north and a west. I don't know. Either way, the North Barracks are fucking living their best life. Okay.
As they should.
So, let's... Wait a minute. Yes. Slide 6. Here's where my slides get really fun for no reason. Honestly, there was... I spent way more time on these than I should have. So, December 23rd, name drop day. What, Shelby?
Sorry, that was another announcement. I mean, I know this comes out closer to Christmas, but yesterday was Gus's birthday. And if you don't know who Gus is, it's Gustav Adolf, who is the king of Sweden from like the 1800s or something. And we have a portrait of him in our dining room at my parents' house, and Shannon and I have a portrait of him in our living room because Gus is part of my family. He lives in our dining room. So anyway, happy birthday, Gus. And sorry,
birthday, Gus.
This reminded me of him because we decorate him for his birthday and for Christmas every year, and this is what he generally ends up looking like. Sorry.
So
not at all related.
Is wait, who is this?
Can't help
this is William J. Worth, who's the commandant of cadets.
Gotcha.
I was just really confused for a second. I was like, you're not the other guy. There's just a lot of portraits of white men in this, so it's kind of hard to keep them all straight. Anyway, he has a Christmas hat on, and there are twinkly lights around him.
Yes, it reminded me of Gus because we decorate Gus for, anyway. Sorry, my brain is not with it today.
I mean this in the nicest way possible. Have you ever been tested for ADHD?
No, but I really should be, honestly.
You really should be.
You can get prescription meth.
I could. No, I straight up told my mom one day, I was like, I'm pretty sure I have, like, adult ADHD. And she was like, I think you just need to focus. And I was like, Mom!
That's
the definition!
Yeah, well, because the texture thing could be part of that. No memory whatsoever could be part of that. Like,
yeah, I literally have no memory.
There's so many things.
My brain just goes, like, wherever it fucking feels like.
Yeah.
And it connects everything to nothing. Yeah, there's a lot that could... Yeah. I've definitely considered it, and, but no, I have not ever been officially, like, tested or diagnosed. But, yeah, I probably should be.
Yep. Just wondering.
Yeah, no, and I'm not offended by that at all. I know who I am. I know what kind of person I am.
Well, with the Just Focus thing, my mom always is just like, well, just don't be sad when I'm in a depressive episode. And I'm like,
oh, thanks,
Mother.
I'm cured.
Everything's fine now. Like,
the depression gone.
It got to a point where I was like, if you ever say that to me again, I will hang up the phone or leave the room. Like, we're not doing this.
Right.
If that's the only thing you can think of saying, say nothing.
Right. Ugh.
Or I'll be, like, having an anxiety attack, and she'd be like, don't think about it. And I'm like, Mom.
Nah. It's not how it works.
I can't. That's the problem. Oh, man. Anyway, sorry. That also got us onto a tangent. Good Lord. We'll make it through one of these slides without going on a massive tangent.
This whole episode, I'm so sorry, Hannah. This is going to be so all over the place.
That's okay. I don't have to edit.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, Shannon.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, Shannon. Here's some homework. So, on December 23rd, which I am going to call Name Drop Day, at 7 a.m., Thayer met with a couple of cadets to talk. One of them is George Bomford of New York, who it said that he was meeting with him to discuss parental correspondence, so I guess, like, hey, could you write your mom a letter?
Yeah.
Is how I read that. Please stop ghosting your mom.
If your mom calls this school one more time.
Calls by carrier pigeon. I don't know.
I bet he got a bunch of angry letters and was just like, why isn't my son talking to me?
Yeah, because
right.
He's in the state. He's still in state. It's not like he's across the country.
Yeah.
Like some of these other kids. And then the other one is a 19-year-old Virginian named Robert E. Lee.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yep. That Robert E. Lee?
That Robert E. Lee.
Interesting.
Yep.
Did not know that was where we were going to be going today.
Oh, Shannon, it's going to get crazier than that. So Robert E. Lee is asking him, he's such a fucking nerd. He's asking him trigonometry questions regarding the, like, angles of artillery gunnery.
Oh, God.
Because he's that kind of fucking nerd. And that's at 7 a.m. Can you imagine you just, like,
at 9
someone wakes you up with a fucking trumpet, first of all, at 6:05, and you're up and you had to eat, I don't know, probably gruel and
probably
like stale biscuits. Bread.
Yeah. And then you have to go teach these little shits how to stand in line and shut up, and then this nerd comes up to you and is like, so when we were doing trig, I had a question about the cannons on the gunnery, and I would have strangled him. Anyway, so the rest of the day continued as normal.
You can shut the fuck up.
Go away, it's Christmas Eve. Don't talk to me.
At 7 in the morning.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Alright.
Like, I woke up at 7 this morning, and then I went back to sleep. Like, I can't be up that early anymore. I would murder this person.
I literally woke up...
I know that I'm the outlier here with that.
I woke up at 5:15 this morning, and I didn't even have to be at work that early.
I think I woke up at 4 thinking something was wrong, and there was something wrong, because Thomas was actually on fire.
Yes.
Thomas was about to spontaneously combust.
It was so hot. I was like, I worried, should we go to the hospital? Anyway.
Man.
So... At 5:45, Thayer throws a Christmas party at his house. A bunch of people are there, including the school chaplain. Wine is served, so they're really letting loose over there. But they're all like real adults, and
yeah, like, all the officers can have alcohol. It's just those fucking cadets.
Those freaking 15 to 19-year-olds. Like, please stop drinking, children. So one of the people there is the commandant of the cadets, Major William J. Worth, who's in this beautiful picture. And they're talking about a Mississippian, one of their students, with a disciplinary problem. And that Mississippian is Jefferson Davis.
What the hell?
Yeah. The whole Confederacy is here. But Jefferson Davis is in, like, hot shit all the time because he is just very bad and doesn't do his homework and, like, gets in trouble a lot. And
just in case people can't place Jefferson Davis, he was the president of the Confederacy.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, just in case people can't place him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, what the hell?
I know, everyone's in this. It's like I said, this is just name drop central.
Is Ulysses S. Grant going to show up at some point? Like, what the hell?
I don't think he went to
Abraham Lincoln.
I don't.
Is he going to join the party?
Lincoln definitely didn't go to West Point.
I know Lincoln didn't go to West Point.
I know. I'm just
Shelby.
saying. I'm well aware.
So the school band plays there as, like, their entertainment, and the party ends around 9:30. Meanwhile, 4 cadets, Walter B. This is a typo. Hold on. I need to check this name. Sorry. I think I...
Oh, you're fine. I'd rather you check it and get it right.
I have no memory of this name.
I was like, did I just make up a character?
Let's see. Christmas party. Oh, no, that's right.
Okay.
All right, so Walter B. Gunyon? It's like Union, but with a G in front. Almost like Union.
I understand why you thought it was a typo.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a real name.
That doesn't look like a real name. Yeah.
So he's from Mississippi. Jefferson Davis is another one of these bad boys who's in this group. John Stalker from Pennsylvania, and David Farrelly, who I must be related to because he's a drunk from Pennsylvania. They met at Benny Haven's Tavern, and most of the discussion that they had there was just about like everyday life for cadets. So like, our homework sucks, and can you believe that Robert E. Lee is so fucking annoying? And so they kind of snuck out because they heard tell that one of the Academy's quartermaster was going to come, and so they're like, we need to go. And in the meantime, so basically they were pre-gaming for, well, this is only the 23rd. Anyway, they were drunk anyway. It doesn't matter. They've been drunk for like days, probably.
This could still count as pre-gaming. It's a multi-day pre-gaming.
Yeah, it's just a, you know, you can celebrate Christmas all week long, all year long, or whatever. Yeah. So meanwhile,
you do you.
You do you, Jefferson Davis.
But maybe don't.
We're gonna put limits on him.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do you. You know what? Don't follow your dreams. Your dreams are terrible. Your dreams are nightmares.
Your dream sucks.
Your dreams are just nightmares. So meanwhile, at the North Barracks, the cadets were planning the party. So they started stealing food. Not stealing, but like, yeah, stealing. Stealing food from the mess hall. Well, I don't know if it was. It doesn't matter. Whatever. They were stealing food from the mess hall. That was another thing. Thayer made it so that they weren't allowed to cook in their rooms anymore. They just, like, ate at the mess hall so that it was, like, unified and no one was getting, like, special treatment from home or whatever. So everyone
No one was blowing up their dorm room.
Yeah, because you know how 19-year-olds like to microwave their mac and cheese without water in the bowl?
Uh-huh.
Imagine
or
that, but
light
there's a
their
fireplace
popcorn
in your room.
on fire at 4 a.m.
Yeah, but they had fireplaces in their rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Well,
no,
yeah, because the number of times
it,
that I had to evacuate my
old
dorm
times.
room in college.
But also, I can't imagine that they
I
were
can
good at it.
imagine.
All right, whatever. So they were stealing bits of food from the mess hall. And because of all of this preparation, cadets from the South Barrack found out about the North Barracks plan for a Christmas party. Uh-oh. Are you guys there?
Yes.
What just happened?
Sorry, my thing freaked out, I think.
Mine was doing it too, so it might be our internet because, you know, we might be having a tornado right now.
Yeah, it's insanely windy right now.
It's very rainy. I was just checking my Audacity to see if it was picking it up, and it is, so yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's just really windy. Sorry, it cut off Shelby like mid-sentence, and then I got confused.
Can you
yeah.
have a tornado right now?
I mean, I would love to. Unfortunately, it isn't up to me.
Yo, Jesus.
I don't think
Don't think it's up to him either.
Shelby, I think we need to have a talk about religion.
No, that's what I used to tell people when I worked at the orchard, when they'd be like, well, why haven't the strawberries come in yet? And I'd be like, I don't know, you gotta talk to God about that one.
Anyway, just move on with, Hannah, you just move on with whatever you were going to say, because I can't even remember what Shelby's tangent was about.
Who knows? Not me.
All right, go to the next slide.
Okay.
Woo!
It is now Christmas Eve. Look at this. Look, I made this myself. Isn't that great? I even cropped that Christmas tree back.
It's snowing.
It is snowing.
And they have a Christmas tree all lit up in their window.
Hell yeah, they do. Like I said,
they're about to sing carols.
Way too much. Look at those
They
drunks
all
at
look
the bottom.
very drunk.
I don't
They
know
look
if this is
super drunk.
These are definitely kids from the academy because they're wearing their gray uniforms. They're like gray. I want to call it like a band uniform, but that's not what it is.
They kind of look like a band uniform, though. They do.
They're little band uniforms. But first of all, they are all up in each other's laps. Like,
yes, they are.
Look at those guys in the front. They're like holding each other's legs.
There's two. So the ones like directly like. If you go down and to the right, just a little bit from the tree, one is fully bear hugging the guy in front of him from behind.
It's a perfect prom pose.
It really
is. Beautiful prom pose.
At the bottom, you have a bunch of, like, paint me like one of your French girls, except they're a little bit too drunk for it, so they can't really sit up. But the guy at the very bottom, the second one in from the left, is holding the third one's inner thigh.
Yes.
But look at the, not the three at the very top, but like that kind of second row, the ones who are doing their superhero poses. I love them.
There's
it
a
just
Napoleon
gets progressively
right
drunker
them.
the further down you get in the pyramid.
I know, the few on the top are like, we're gonna have a great night, and then the middle ones are like, we're Napoleon, and then the ones at the bottom are like, keep standing, we can do it, and the ones on the bottom are like, I threw up.
I've been drinking since 3 days ago.
Since Christmas Eve, November. I've been drinking since November.
Since Halloween.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Alright. So, it is now December 24th, and it is around 10 p.m. There were 2 people in charge of the external post for the North Barracks that night, a cadet named Nathaniel Eaton, and a faculty member, that's the word. A faculty member named Captain Ethan Allen Hitchcock. So, they patrolled the halls.
That's a name.
And kind of... Ethan Allen Hitchcock, yeah, I know. It's like... Pick... Brand,
it's like
man.
Furniture. It's a furniture movie director.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, they were patrolling the halls and they were discussing the smuggled liquor because everybody knew, like,
yeah, you can't.
Thayer
really
was
keep
like,
that quiet.
yeah, just like watch out for it. There's gonna be a bunch of drunks, you know, just yell at them, whatever. Ugh. So the eggnog party, as they were calling it, as the kids were calling it those days, was already started in room 28. Cadets started showing up in room 28 while simultaneously another party started in room 5. Jefferson Davis was in room 5.
Good to know.
Fairley went out to another tavern during this time and smuggled back another gallon of whiskey. So, you know, things are getting pretty lit. Alright, now I'm gonna read a lot. So,
okay.
blah, blah, blah. Quote, Cadet Charles Whipple from the Michigan Territory, the division superintendent during the first part of the incident, went to the North Barracks, room 5, at 2 o'clock after hearing... Oh yeah, so now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. At 2 o'clock, after hearing a commotion, interrupting a round of singing among 8 cadets, including Davis. Whipple returned to his room after a verbal exchange with Davis and the other cadets. Hitchcock, who is the faculty member, made another patrol around the barracks at 3 o'clock. Lieutenant William A. Thornton was asleep while the events unfolded. By 4 o'clock, the voices from the floor above Hitchcock were loud enough to cause the faculty member to investigate room 28, where Hitchcock knocked on the door and found 6 cadets drunk from the eggnog, as well as 2 others sleeping on a bed. Hitchcock ordered the 2 cadets back to their rooms, and they left. Hitchcock woke the 2 sleeping cadets and ordered them to leave as well. He confronted Cadet James W. M. Weems Berrien, which that's such a horrible nickname, I thought, as I was reading this.
Seriously is.
You know, it's just it's a combination of his middle names, W.M. They're like, we're gonna call you Weems. From Georgia, who responded to equal force, so they got very heated. Hitchcock gave a stern lecture to the residents of the room for possessing alcohol on the premises. The captain left the room at 4:15. Okay, so end of quote. So Berrien is really pissed right now. He's like really drunk, super worked up, just got in a shouting match with a captain. And so he starts ranting about how much he hates Hitchcock, and everyone gets really riled up, especially this kid named William D.C. Billy Murdoch of D.C., which is so unfortunate. Did your parents name you because of that? Or I don't know. Anyway, so Murdoch is like, yeah, fuck that guy, we should riot. So guess what? They begin to riot.
They rioted!
Slide 8. That's Jefferson Davis on the left, and William Allen Alfred Hitchcock on the right.
Oh my goodness.
These are amazing.
I told you, I spent way too much time doing this and not anything else.
That's okay.
So,
You're
it is
not
now
my real
Christmas
dad.
Day. The explosion is from, I don't know, the drinking. I just imagine that's fairly upfront, dumping out the beer, like, pour one out for my homies. Anyway. So, Hitchcock went down to bed. 3 different times he heard knocking on his door to find no one there when he opened it. It was later confirmed to be the ghost of George Washington's eggnog. Just kidding. Yeah, you guys didn't think that was funny. Okay. So, like, kids were playing Ding Dong Ditch, basically.
Yes.
So Hitchcock found another drunk, and I guess followed the trail of drunk children to room 5, where he found Davis and 13 other cadets partying. So Davis must have heard him or saw him walking down the hall because he warned the other cadets in the room. This is now going to be a quote for the rest of this. Quote, "The captain entered the room, ordering one of the cadets to open up another cadet's footlocker, but the cadet refused. Hitchcock ordered no more disorder, left the room, and started looking for Thornton around 4:50. Meanwhile, Thornton had strolled to the North Barracks between 2100 on the 24th and 0200 on Christmas Day, observing the ongoing partying before going to sleep at 0200. He was awakened by loud yells, and once out of his room was attacked by 2 cadets. Thornton then put Cadet William P. N. Fitzgerald of New York under arrest for brandishing a weapon. Fitzgerald retreated from Thornton, then 2 cadets in room 29... Then told 2 cadets in room 29 about the arrest. Stop me if you want to talk about any of this. I'm just going to keep going, though.
Okay.
At this point, noises erupted from the South Barracks, which distracted Thornton. While going to investigate the commotion, Thornton was knocked out by Roberts, who had been ejected from room 28 by Hitchcock earlier.
Yeah, I'm concerned for a second.
Yeah, I know.
Ejected. He had been kicked out of room 28 by Hitchcock earlier in the evening. They stabbed him with a hypodermic needle, and it was night time. Okay, so Davis was asleep because he was so fucking drunk, he just passed out. But the other cadets went looking for Hitchcock, because they want to, like, beat him up. So 3 other cadets were discovered by Cadet James G. Overton of Tennessee, a relief sentinel who... and not involved in the parties, and questioned them. Oh my god. He was not taking part in the drunken disorderliness, but he was there to relieve the other sentry cadet that evening. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. They gave a drunken explanation about needing drums and a fife. So, again, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, we need some...
On Christmas.
Guys, hey, what's your name? James? James, listen. We need a drum. And also a little flute. What's that called? A fife. We need a fife. So anyway, they're just like, they're going to start a parade. Around 5 o'clock, Hitchcock found another inebriated cadet watering. Wow. I hope to God he was watering the academy. Watering the walls of the academy because he was peeing on them. Wandering the academy. By this point, several window panes had been broken because they were just throwing firewood through the windows to break them because they were like, "Fuck Hitchcock, you're not my dad." Hitchcock returned to the room where he was staying, number 8. Several cadets then attacked his door. I don't know how to say this name. Guyon. That's it. Drawed his pistol. Holy fuck, what is going on? Drawing his pistol and firing a shot into the room. So they're shooting at him now. Hitchcock opened the door and yelled at the cadets to stop. The captain then began arresting the cadets, which I don't know how he's doing that. Is he just like, you're under arrest, and you're under arrest, and you're under arrest? Because that does not seem... 1, there are not enough handcuffs in the world to get all the frat boys. And 2, you're one man. You're one man against all of them.
A bunch of drunken teenagers.
Yes.
He walked in and he was like, I hate my job.
Why didn't I die in the war? I don't know what war that would have been. He could have been in the War of 1812, I guess, depending on how old he was. Doesn't matter. Alright, so Hitchcock ordered Eaton, who remember was the first cadet on the watch, to find Worth's headquarters. So that's another, that's the one who was in the Christmas hat the first time. That's the commandant of the cadets. So basically, like, the dean.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to barf. Ugh. Excuse me.
Hannah, you worry me sometimes. And I say this as a person who is generally very worrisome to others.
I was gonna say, dude.
Wait, why are you worried about me?
You just...
The burping?
Just, you throw up a lot in your microphone. It's fine.
Listen, almost every single time we record is a day that I order pizza, because we almost always record on a Friday.
Yeah.
And the kids at school have pizza on Friday, and then I go home and I say, I'm going to make pizza. So then I make pizza or order pizza. And then I get a lot of burps because I always order an extra cheese pizza and it gives me the burps. So
I mean, again, I am generally a very, worrisome person to other people. So, I get it.
yeah, Shelby, who's like, I could live in the woods without a cell phone and whatever. And I would eat a man in the parking lot because I would be dead. Yeah, I know where I am. No, you don't. You've never been here.
Look.
Okay.
Yeah. I have nothing to say to that. Yeah.
So Hitchcock, the captain who was on duty, ordered Eaton, the cadet who was on duty, to go find Worth, who is the commandant, to go find his headquarters. Overton, who's just another person at this point, I don't even remember. Have we even talked about Overton? Oh, yes. James Overton was the other relief officer. Asked Hitchcock to find Thayer, and Hitchcock replied, "No, Mr. Overton, fetch the commandant, here." So, they went to go get Worth, who was the commandant. So several of the drunken cadets thought Hitchcock had stated the bombardiers would be the ones to quell the riot, but he said fetch the comm here, but they heard fetch the bombardiers. So you can imagine what went through their little drunk heads.
What is that? I don't know what that means.
A bombardier?
Yeah.
It's some kind of military thing. I think it's isn't it someone who runs a cannon? Let's look. Define bombardier.
Okay. I thought that was something I was supposed to know what that means, and I don't know what that is, specifically.
It's the equivalent of a corporal in the... Oh, wait, no, that's for the British. It's the person who throws bombs. It's the bomb people.
Okay. That's all I needed. Thank you. Yes, I would be concerned, too, if I thought that they were bringing bombardiers in.
Yes. So all these drunks, that's what they heard. So they thought that they would be the ones to quell the riot using heavy weapons, causing several of the cadets who were not drunk to take up arms in defense of the North Barracks. So, of course, these children also have access to, weapons because... Of
course they do.
Military.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're gonna defend the North Barrack! And this is what they're doing. So Thayer had been awoken about 5 a.m. by the sound of drums, which...
Oh my god.
Because they were like, we need a 5! They were having a parade.
This is the best Christmas ever.
Best Christmas ever. Drunkest Christmas ever. He ordered his aide, Patrick Murphy. Whoa, there's a really good Irish song called Patrick Murphy. The night that Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet. Alright, anyway. Speaking of ADHD, he ordered his aide, Patrick Murphy, to go get Major Worth because of what he could hear going on in the North Barracks. So, from wherever he is, which I'm sure is far away, because he's in, a private home, or at least he's in, a separate home because he's the daddy
not in
of
the
the
barracks.
People,
Why do you keep using that word?
Because I know it makes you uncomfortable. So, he's, the father of West Point, so he has, he probably has, some kind of officers' housing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he can hear drums and, the drunk children taking up arms across the way there. They probably think they're so cool. It's probably like watching a bunch of toddlers get ready, try to stand up and walk around. And really they think that they are like those guys from Les Mis when they make the barricade. They're like, we can do it for France! And it's like, you're just drunk babies. Anyway, so Hitchcock continued restoring order in the North Barracks, getting into a fight with Cadet Walter Otey. His name is literally Otey, from Virginia. Thornton awoke from the stairwell. Oh yeah, because remember he got knocked out. He had been knocked out and returned to his room. Hitchcock greeted him in his room at 5:45. By 6 o'clock, other cadets who were not drinking were also involved in restoring order. So, some of the teachers' pets were, hey, let's stop being drunk. Or just like the ones who are like, I don't want to get in trouble. Can you not?
Yeah.
The main
I have
riders.
a question.
Yes.
I have a question. Where is Robert E. Lee in all of this? Are we going to get to him? Or is he
I
just,
don't know
like,
that
not
he was.
here?
I don't think he was in this barrack.
Okay.
I think he was in a different dorm, basically.
Okay.
But
I was just wondering where he was. That makes sense, though. Okay.
yeah, I don't think he's involved at all. But Jefferson Davis certainly was.
Well, that's the thing. You were talking about Jefferson Davis, and then yeah.
No, I think
I just
Robert E.
didn't
Lee
know
was
if
just
he
a
was-
nerd.
I was gonna say, like, it kind of seems like he would not have been joining in the drunkenness. He would have been
No,
one of
I
the
don't
ones
think
trying
he.
to restore
I don't
order.
think he did. Jefferson
No.
Davis though was like,
He was a lot.
I want to say a piece of shit, but I also don't want to be rude. But that's all that comes to
who?
mind. I don't know. Pieces of shit.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay. So the main riders, so the main drunks, were attempting to recruit other cadets, but to no success. Overton could not find Cadet Eaton, who was checking the South Barracks, but did find Major Worth. Hitchcock met Worth and told him what had transpired. By this time, Thayer's aide had arrived in the North Barracks guard room. The 2nd Artillery had arrived to the North Barracks by the time of
Revelry?
No, reveille at 6:05 a.m.
What word?
Yes.
Reveille.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that stupid song they play every morning on every military base.
Yes. Yeah.
So the 2nd Artillery is there. They're like the real deal.
Ooh, sorry. We just had a whole lot of lightning right outside my window.
Yeah, that was a lot. It was real brave.
Let's
Keep
finish this
talking before we
you-
lose power. Let's keep
Yeah, that's what I
going.
was just about to say. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. When you Google the Egg Nog Riot, this is what comes up. Go to the next slide. We're on 9. Christmas Day at 6:05 to around 1830 out. What? Whatever.
Whoa.
To like the nighttime.
Oh my god.
You mean 6
Okay.
o'clock?
Yes, that's what I meant. That precisely. 6 o'clock. Okay. I couldn't.
Or,
do the math
I'm
that
sorry,
fast.
6:30.
6. Yeah, but like, who needs it?
Yeah.
So why can't I say that word? That's never been a problem for me before.
Reveille.
Reveille sounded at 6:05 along with gunfire, the sound
my
of glass
God.
breaking, profanity by cadets, cries of pain, and threats to the academy officials.
Nice.
So like all hell has broken loose. It's Christmas Day and the riot has started. Like, I mean, obviously things have already happened. Thornton has been knocked out for some time. Very much like Bilbo Baggins in the battle of the whatever that was when they killed Smaug.
Yes.
So the North Barracks residents who were not drunk from the eggnog were appalled by the damage to the property. Cadets in the South Barracks were well rested, while other cadets in the North Barracks were disheveled. So they came to roll call. Some of them did, but like rolled in like, what the fuck?
And then the people in the other barracks were like, what the fuck happened to you?
Like, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, everybody's Christmas. What the fuck happened to you?
That just meant Merry Christmas, Merry Chrysler.
Happy Christmas. It's
Merry
Christmas.
Chrysler.
It's Kermit. I say that at least 4 times a day. Let's see. So some of the cadets remained in their rooms drinking, although some appeared in parade formation despite being drunk. Worth met with Superintendent Thayer after the first formation to discuss what happened in the North Barracks the previous evening. Thayer instructed Worth to go get the officers in the North Barrack and restore order. Okay.
Good luck with that.
So things are not looking good. Captain McKay, the Academy quartermaster, who's the one that Jefferson Davis like ran away from a long time ago when we were talking about the 23rd when he ran out of the bar.
Right.
So the quartermaster took down the details of the damages of the property at the North Barracks so he could so repairs could take place. Oh my god. Many of the cadets who were drunk made it to company roll call at 6:20, though they were subdued. The mutiny officially ended when Cadet Captain James A.J. Bradford called the Corps to attention and dismissed them from the mess hall after breakfast. Chapel formation took place after breakfast, followed by 2 hours of service, with most of the drunk cadets still recovering. So they, like, broke a lot of shit and did a lot of bad stuff, but then they were like very good and went to Christmas church. And
they were like, I
breakfast.
gotta go repent.
Happy birthday, Jesus! It's your birthday. Yeah, it was just whatever. Okay. Thayer was advised by Worth, who again is the commandant of the cadets, regarding the events at the North Barrack. Captain Hitchcock and Lieutenant Thornton were bruised, while several cadets suffered minor injuries, and Fitzgerald suffered a hand injury. Worth told Thayer that between 50 and 90 cadets had been involved. Wait, yeah. I don't know why that confused me. Between 50 and 90 cadets had been involved in the mutiny. Later that day, Thayer met with Governor Kemble, an ordnance manufacturer. Wait.
What?
I don't know.
That was a word.
Skip that. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about it. Moving on.
Okay.
The next slide.
Woo!
Alright, so
This
a bunch of
guy
stuff happened in
looks
between.
sassy.
Doesn't he? I was gonna put like a sassy explosion or something. Or maybe some like cool sunglasses on him, but I ran out of time. So this is General Alexander Macomb. Alright, so now it's December 6th. So there was like an investigation that sort of happened in between times, and they assessed the damage and like yelled at a couple of cadets. And
Did we just go back in time? How is it December 6th?
This is January 6th.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck are you talking
No. This is the 26th of December. This is the day after Christmas.
Okay, you said the 6th, and so I was like, wait, what?
No, I definitely did, because I didn't type in the 2. It is
Okay.
the 26th. I was like, wow, that's really weird, because I thought we were jumping ahead to January, but we didn't. So it is the 26th of December, around 7 a.m. There's a faculty and staff meeting with all but Captain Thomas C. Leggate, it doesn't matter. So basically everyone showed up to it, and Thayer informed them that the Major General, who's in this picture, the Chief of Engineers and Inspector General of the Academy, had been told of the riot and that he was awaiting orders from Macomb. So the superintendent, who's there, was like, we're also going to have an inquiry, which is going to take place during finals. Can you imagine? You're
God.
You have to basically go to like military court, and also you have to take a final, and also your roommate is Robert E. Lee. How stressful. So finals were starting in January of 1827, and so some of the cadets were going to have to take exams and be in an inquiry. So cadet battalion, why does that sound weird? Battalion, that's why. Cadet battalion. Cadet Battalion Order 98 was read at formation and posted at several prominent locations at the academy. 22 cadets were placed under house arrest until further notice. Among them was Davis, who had been reported as a malefactor by Hitchcock and Thornton. So Jefferson Davis is on house arrest. Can you even imagine? Alright, so we're skipping ahead. There were some things that happened in between, including finals and the inquiry. But we're going to skip to the very end. Slide 11. So it is now between the 8th of January and the 22nd of January, 1827. Quote, the inquiry included testimony from 167 witnesses. McKay stated, so that's the quartermaster, stated that $168.83, so roughly $4,430 in 2020 money worth of damages had occurred, which isn't a lot, but like the things that they did were like they broke a bunch of windows because they were throwing firewood through them. Yeah. And they also just ripped all of the banisters off the staircases.
Oh my god.
just threw them because why not?
Yo, it's gonna be fucking cold in there.
Yeah.
It's December.
It's New York. And it's January.
New York.
And it's fucking, you broke all the windows and lost your firewood, you idiot.
It's gonna be fucking cold.
So,
you don't have that alcohol in your system anymore to keep you warm.
I know. Don't you look foolish, Jeff. So, Thayer testified that he never ordered the bombardiers because who the fuck did? Nobody did. to police the barricades. The academic board recommended James W. Hamilton to be discharged for bad conduct, and 5 others, all 4th classmen, so like freshmen, were dismissed for lack of aptitude in certain academic disciplines or bad conduct. So your grades are bad, and also you're a dick. Get out.
Of course they were basically freshmen.
Yeah.
Like, of fucking course they were basically freshmen.
Do you know what it says? Freshmen or plebs? Plebes. That's what it says.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, several other cadets were also dismissed. A final report was presented to Thayer on January 19th, 1827, which Thayer and Worth met to discuss at dinner that evening. Probably over wine. Wouldn't that be so ironic?
Yes.
Like, oh, these foolish freshmen. Sip, sip, sip.
Can't handle their alcohol like we can.
Now let's arm wrestle. So, following testimony, the inquiry determined that 70 cadets had been involved in the riots. Thayer picked the worst offenders, so those the ones who smuggled the whiskey, and the ones who, like, actually incited riot and knocked people out, and a couple of others for prosecution at a court-martial.
Ooh.
So
they in, like, big trouble.
Jefferson Davis was one of those people, but
LOL.
he did not... no charges were filed against him. He graduated the next year. A kid got suspended for 6 months, and his rank got reduced. Another kid got expelled. There were a couple kids that got expelled. Expelled. What does this one say? Call for expulsion, but was rejected, so he didn't get... Anyway.
He was on thin ice, though.
You're in big trouble, mister. If you put one other toe out of line, we'll bring you straight home. Anyway,
sorry,
so...
just had another very big bolt of lightning right in front of the window.
I thought you were just impressed by my Molly Weasley impersonation.
No, it was from the lightning.
Wow, that hurt.
Because, you know, it's December, and it storms in December now.
We have tornadoes in
like,
December.
That's a thing that happens. We're literally under a tornado
dead,
watch.
So,
yeah.
Alright, so anyway, that was the Egg Nog Riots of 1826.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's one of my favorite stories that just a bunch of drunk frat boys from a military academy
Right.
just caused utter chaos and
Oh my goodness.
As
broke all the
they
windows.
do.
And then tidied up and went to church.
Right. They were like, oh shit, I don't remember what happened last night, but...
Amen.
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Any thoughts?
No, just I'm very glad you covered that. It is.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, it is.
No one died.
No one
Silly.
died. It's technically a Christmas story.
It's a Christmas story. And what did we
Yes.
learn at the end? That the eggnog was inside of us all along. Or the true meaning of Christmas is a broken window and a knocked out cadet.
Yep.
Banisters are for plebes. I don't know. Pick your own ending. Alright. Speaking of endings, our ending is that we have no ending. God save the Emperor.
Yeah.
Okay. We practiced this beforehand, but it didn't work. Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for listening to The Triad. Our music is by Scott Buckley. Our audio is recorded by our sound engineers, Craig Bott and Audrey Credo.
If you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, YouTube, and Tumblr as The Triad Podcast.
We're also on Patreon as The Triad. Currently, all Patreon funds will go towards the cost of hosting the show. Each tier has its own rewards, but every patron receives our undying gratitude. Do you have comments, questions, or stories? Email us at thetriadpod@gmail.com. And thank you again for listening to The Triad, where we're spooky, but sensitive.